Pakistan's pursuit of nuclear weapons was deeply rooted in its turbulent history with India. After its independence in 1947, Pakistan, with a smaller military and fewer resources, felt increasingly vulnerable to its larger neighbor. This vulnerability was exacerbated by the 1971 war, which resulted in the secession of East Pakistan, now Bangladesh. This event, a profound psychological blow, cemented Pakistan's determination to acquire a nuclear deterrent. This program culminated in Pakistan conducting its first nuclear tests in May 1998, just days after India's own nuclear tests. However, it also ushered in a new era in South Asia, one marked by a precarious nuclear balance. Pakistan's nuclear journey presents a compelling case study, a complex interplay of security concerns, political ambitions, and high costs. At the heart of Pakistan's nuclear ambition lies its enduring rivalry with India. This rivalry, stemming from historical grievances and territorial disputes, has shaped Pakistan's strategic outlook. India's larger conventional military and growing clout fueled a sense of insecurity within Pakistan, prompting it to seek a nuclear deterrent. Pakistan's nuclear program gained momentum after India's nuclear explosion in 1974. This event reinforced Pakistan's fears and solidified its resolve to achieve nuclear parity. Pakistan's quest for nuclear weapons aimed to offset India's conventional military superiority. By raising the stakes, Pakistan aimed to deter India from considering a full-scale military offensive. Pakistan's nuclear doctrine rests on the principle of deterrence, aiming to prevent war by making the costs of aggression unacceptably high. The possession of nuclear weapons, in Pakistan's view, serves as the ultimate guarantor against any large-scale attack from India. This logic of deterrence, however, is not without its critics. Skeptics argue that deterrence is inherently unstable, relying on the rationality of actors and the credibility of threats, which can be misperceived or miscalculated. Moreover, the existence of nuclear weapons, far from preventing conflict, might even increase the risk of unintended escalation, particularly in a crisis situation. The Kargil conflict of 1999, where both India and Pakistan engaged in military skirmishes just a year after their nuclear tests, exemplifies the limitations of deterrence. While the conflict remained limited, it demonstrated that nuclear weapons do not necessarily eliminate the possibility of conventional military clashes. Furthermore, the Kargil episode highlighted the risks of miscalculation and escalation inherent in a nuclearized environment. The potential for misinterpretations of intentions and actions, coupled with the compressed time frame for decision making during a crisis, underscores the fragility of deterrence. The presence of nuclear weapons has undoubtedly introduced a new set of complexities and dangers to the India-Pakistan rivalry. The risk of accidental or unauthorized use of nuclear weapons, while seemingly remote, cannot be entirely discounted. The specter of nuclear terrorism also looms large, given the potential for non-state actors to acquire or target Pakistan's nuclear assets. The challenge for Pakistan lies in maintaining a credible nuclear deterrent while simultaneously minimizing the risks of accidental use, unauthorized access, and regional instability. Pakistan's nuclear policy, therefore, necessitates a delicate balancing act. It requires maintaining a nuclear arsenal capable of deterring aggression while ensuring its security and preventing inadvertent escalation. This precarious equilibrium demands constant vigilance, robust command and control structures, and ongoing efforts to reduce the risk of miscalculation or accidents. The success of Pakistan's nuclear deterrence strategy ultimately hinges on its ability to navigate these complex challenges responsibly and effectively. Pakistan's pursuit of nuclear weapons has come at a significant economic cost. Developing and maintaining a nuclear arsenal requires substantial financial resources. These resources are often diverted from crucial social sectors like education, healthcare, and poverty alleviation. The economic burden is particularly acute in a country grappling with widespread poverty and a fragile economy. The opportunity cost is high, as funds could improve the living standards of millions of Pakistanis. Pakistan's emergence as a nuclear weapon state has had profound implications for both the regional and global security landscape. Regionally, it has intensified the security dilemma in South Asia, with India and Pakistan locked in a nuclear standoff. This balance of terror deters large scale war but heightens the risk of miscalculation and accidental escalation. Globally, Pakistan's nuclear program has raised concerns about nuclear proliferation. The fear of nuclear materials falling into the wrong hands, particularly terrorist organizations, remains a major concern. The United States has imposed economic and military sanctions on Pakistan's nuclear trade and acquisition of essential equipment for maintenance of its program, which raises not only cost but becomes difficult to acquire necessary materials for smooth functioning of its nuclear facilities. The accidental firing of a BrahMos supersonic cruise missile by India into Pakistani territory in March 2022 served as a stark reminder of the inherent risks associated with nuclear-armed neighbors. The incident, attributed to a technical malfunction during routine maintenance, highlighted the potential for miscalculation, human error, and technological failures to escalate into a major crisis. While the missile landed in Pakistani territory without causing any casualties, the incident sent shockwaves through both countries and the international community. The BrahMos incident underscored the importance of robust command and control systems, particularly in nuclear-armed states. It exposed the vulnerabilities of even sophisticated military hardware and the ever-present danger of unintended consequences. The fact that the missile was not armed with a nuclear warhead provided little comfort, as it highlighted the potential for even a conventional incident to spiral out of control in a climate of mistrust and suspicion. The incident also raised concerns about the adequacy of safety protocols and the potential for communication breakdowns between nuclear-armed adversaries. Despite the gravity of the situation, both India and Pakistan demonstrated a degree of restraint in their responses. India, while acknowledging the accidental firing, maintained that it was a result of a technical malfunction and ordered a high-level inquiry. Pakistan, while condemning the incident as a serious violation of its airspace, refrained from any retaliatory action. This measured response from both sides, while encouraging, highlighted the precarious nature of peace in a nuclearized environment where even minor incidents have the potential to escalate rapidly. The BrahMos missile mishap serves as a cautionary tale, underscoring the need for constant vigilance, robust safety mechanisms, and effective communication channels between nuclear-armed states. It reinforces the importance of confidence-building measures and dialogue to reduce the risk of miscalculation and prevent unintended escalation. The incident should serve as a wake-up call for both India and Pakistan to review their safety protocols, enhance communication channels, and engage in meaningful dialogue to prevent such incidents from occurring in the future. Pakistan's nuclear arsenal presents a paradox in its military strategy. While nuclear weapons deter existential threats, their existence impacts Pakistan's conventional military capabilities. Reliance on nuclear deterrence can lead to complacency in conventional military modernization. This creates vulnerabilities that adversaries might exploit. Knowing nuclear escalation is undesirable. Emphasis on nuclear weapons often comes at the expense of conventional military capabilities. Balancing nuclear and conventional forces is essential for addressing Pakistan's security threats. Pakistan's nuclear status has had a mixed impact on its international relations. On the one hand, it has enhanced Pakistan's stature on the world stage, positioning it as a regional power with global influence. Pakistan's nuclear capability has earned it recognition as a key player in South Asian security and a significant actor in international non-proliferation efforts. Its possession of nuclear weapons has also provided Pakistan with a degree of leverage in its dealings with major powers, particularly in the context of its strategic relationship with China and its complex relationship with the United States. On the other hand, Pakistan's nuclear program has been a source of tension in its relations with some countries, particularly those concerned about nuclear proliferation. These concerns have led to sanctions and increased scrutiny of Pakistan's nuclear activities. Pakistan's tense relationship with India, exacerbated by their nuclear rivalry, further complicates its international relations. Pakistan has sought to leverage its nuclear status to advance its foreign policy objectives, particularly in securing its interests in Afghanistan and countering Indian influence in the region. Its nuclear capability provides Pakistan with a sense of security and a degree of leverage in its dealings with its neighbors. Pakistan's nuclear status presents both opportunities and challenges for its international relations. While it has enhanced Pakistan's strategic significance and provided it with some leverage in its foreign policy, it has also been a source of tension and scrutiny. Pakistan faces the challenge of navigating these complexities to secure its interests, maintain its international standing, and contribute to regional and global security in a responsible manner. The pursuit of nuclear weapons has had a profound impact on Pakistan's domestic priorities. The allocation of scarce resources to maintain a nuclear arsenal has come at the expense of investments in crucial social sectors such as education and healthcare. This trade-off between national security and human development remains a constant challenge for Pakistan's policymakers. While nuclear weapons provide a sense of security, they do not address the root causes of instability and poverty. The presence of nuclear weapons has also shaped Pakistan's political discourse and national identity. The nuclear program is often portrayed as a symbol of national pride and technological prowess. This narrative can overshadow the very real costs and risks associated with nuclear weapons. It can also stifle debate on alternative security paradigms and hinder efforts to address socio-economic challenges. The challenge for Pakistan lies in reconciling its security concerns with addressing its pressing socio-economic challenges. Pakistan's journey as a nuclear weapon state presents a complex dilemma. The acquisition of nuclear weapons has provided Pakistan with a sense of security and enhanced its stature on the world stage. However, the costs and risks associated with Pakistan's nuclear program are substantial. The economic burden of maintaining a nuclear arsenal has diverted resources from crucial social sectors. The presence of nuclear weapons has heightened regional tensions and increased the risk of miscalculation. The future hinges on finding peaceful solutions, breaking free from nuclear deterrence, and embracing a cooperative future. For this, both India and Pakistan have to take bold steps if their leaders intend to address poverty, hunger, unemployment, and social inequality in their respective countries. Choice is clear: foolish rivalry or cooperation for peace and development. Please subscribe to AS Voza with Ambassador Ata Shahid. Stay safe and stay connected.